All right, Breath of the Wild, Uncivil Synopsis. Overall, this video is pretty good. Maybe Skyward Sword, the Skyward Sword video might be like slightly better, like 1 or 2%, but this video is just as good, if not maybe like they're pretty close to each other, I'd say. Again, I'm still at this point in Uncivil Synopsis where I'm still going on way too many rants. As I've just mentioned previously with the GTA 5 video, it just went way too overboard in that video. That video was complete shit. I fucking hated that video. But now we're fucking back, bro. We're talking about Legend of Zelda, a core game, a staple to this entire channel, and it's just, we're fucking back, bro. It's like, dude, Uncivil Synopsis is finally back at its peak. You know what I mean? And it's like, however, we're still carrying over some psychic damage from that GTA 5 video. We are still, in that previous video, we were stuck in the side rant alternate dimension, and we have obtained, we got critical damage from that shitty ass video, and it's seeping over into this Breath of the Wild video. Because as you can see, we're still in the side rant dimension. It's almost 2 minutes and we still haven't even fucking pressed start. But, however, with all those things taken into consideration, you know, we're in side rant hell, okay? But it's Legend of Zelda. You know, I love Legend of Zelda. There's so many things to talk about. It's Breath of the Wild. The game, it's still, I think this is about like a year after it came out. But again, it's like, it covers all the DLC. You know, it's like finally the full Breath of the Wild video that people have been waiting for. So yeah, Zelda saved this video. It really did. Again, a lot of good jokes. The pacing's really good. The rants go a bit too far, you know, but again, it's about the Legend of Zelda. I love Zelda. All my fans love Nintendo. They all love Zelda. It saves the video. It really does. And if this was, and again, you know, this is the reason why I needed to just focus on the games I like with Uncivil Synopsis, because man, bro, like if this was about any like some other bullshit I was playing during the time, you know, like it would have been just as bad as the GTA 5 video, for sure. It would have been. But because it's Legend of Zelda, I'm starting to address the side rant problems, you know? Like, sure, it takes us like 2 minutes to finally press start and play the fucking game, but you know what? Like, all that stuff in the intro bit where I'm talking about like how stale Zelda's become and how this is like a breath of fresh air. Again, it's a worthwhile introduction. Like it goes a bit long, but it's still like a worthwhile thing that needs to be said. So we are trapped in the alternate dimension, right? The side rant alternate dimension, but we are pushing through it with grace. Okay. Again, once the game actually starts, it's like the bits are funny, you know. It's like, holy shit, I got three apples and a stick. What the fuck are we gonna do? You know, this bit's funny. I'm like doing ghost exposition shit as the King of Hyrule. This is funny. You know what I mean? Like there. So yeah, like this video's great. I do love it. Again, it's a very long video, 35 minutes basically. But again, this is a big ass game, so it's a big ass fucking game, and all the side rants taken into account, you know, it's pretty good. Here's your paraglider. Get the fuck off this plateau. Go to Kakariko Village. It's over there somewhere. They can help you. Maybe just figure it out. Basically, the end goal of the game. Yeah, and yeah, man, dude, Breath of the Wild. What a fucking game. I still love this game. And again, here I am. You know, I finally got through the tutorial. We're 5 minutes into the video. And I immediately start going into the side rants. We immediately go to another side rant.
So the fastest method is to just kidnap a random horse. Normally, you'd have to do some extremely long side quests to get a
Again, kind of doing like a side rant of like, oh, you got to get a horse, yada, yada, yada. You know, it's like, okay. Still a part of the main game, though. Still part of the main experience, so it's fine.
name it, put a saddle on that shit, we're done. That's it. Still, if you're some kind of Melvin who waits
And again, side rant into side rant. Okay, grab a horse. Da-da-da. Okay, now we're doing amiibo bits. Okay, we're getting trapped in the alternate dimension. We're in the alternate dimension. Oh god. Nightmare. Amiibos. You know, it's like the rants go way too crazy. But again, this is a funny joke. It's a funny bit. It's like cool, like bro, like it's a funny bit. It's like, oh, you're gonna press that like fucking cute half Asian girl with your fucking shitty ass amiibos. Yeah, you think you're fucking cool. You know what I mean? Like, it's funny bit. It's a funny bit. And the amiibo bit, it's a callback later into the video where I talk about the Breath of the Wild amiibos. So again, it's still a rant, but there's a callback to it later in the video. It works out. It really does. So again, the reason, again, because it's Legend of Zelda, we're about Nintendo, we're talking about amiibos, we're talking about dumb Zelda shit, it saves the fucking video. It really does.
Scattered across Hyrule. She also tells Link that his Sheikah slate is not fully functioning yet, and that he should go to the research lab in Hateno Village to get it fixed. Hateno Village is pretty close, and it's a lot easier than...
And again, especially considering the fact that this game is open world, and you can kind of do it in any order you want, like... It is, like, structured pretty well. I would say I structured this video in, I guess, like... kind of close to what I was doing on my first playthrough, where I was basically kind of just following the main quest and like doing optional content as I came across it. I would say the playthrough I show in this video is kind of like the most default path you can go.
Also, tracking down these locations and learning about what happened 100 years ago. At this part of the game, Link can travel to any of the 4 divine beasts and free them in any order, but the closest point on the Sheikah slate is just slightly north of Kakariko Village, so that seems like the logical place to go first. Traveling towards this area leads
I would say
who are looking for
again,
they eventually lead Link towards
one thing I'm kind of realizing here is I am kind of over-explaining. I'm still kind of over-explaining stuff for sure. It's very like video game review type script. You know what I mean? Like, oh, like Impa tells Link to do this, and you gotta do this, and this is the logical place to go next. So that's where I went, and it's like we could speed this up, you know? Again, classic gay bit where I talk about, you know, wanting to fuck a dude, you know? Classic. I'm gay baiting. I am not gay. I will suck the Sidon Sora dick in solidarity though. Okay. Classic gay bit.
Going to overflow the reservoir and drown all of Hyrule Akka Wind Waker style. The king gives Link some Zora
again.
That Muzu guy gets fucking pissed because he's fucking racist.
Some funny bits. Again, we're
old ass man to stop being a fucking racist asshole. Now, normally
there are some funny bits, but man, the one thing I don't think it's as good as Skyward Sword. The Skyward Sword video, it had a bit of everything. The pacing was way better. Here, I'm kind of spinning my wheels like a little bit. Like, I definitely have like some mental trauma from that GTA 5 video, but I still haven't like undone it yet. I'm still kind of stuck in that mode of like way too many side rants. Again, I'm saying that 10 billion times. I'm sorry. I keep saying it. Too many side rants. kind of over explaining things a bit too much. You know?
And then she turns out to be somewhat rapey and weird. It's like you run into her in the water temple.
Again, another side rant about Princess Ruto. It's like, bro, I should have just talked about this in the Ocarina of Time video. What am I doing?
It's like, bitch, I was just trying to open this fucking door.
Again, funny bit though. Funny bit though. You know what I mean? Like that's a funny joke. So again, it saves it. You know what I mean? Like why am I talking about Princess Ruto and I'm like comparing her to Mipha and like, yeah, Princess Ruto's fucking annoying and like rapey and weird. And you know, it's like, bitch, I'm trying to open that fucking door. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, talking about how Mipha's better. I like Mipha, you know. Total complete side rant that doesn't need to be in the video. But it's funny. It's a funny bit. So it saves it. That's like this whole video. That is basically what this whole video is like. So really, it's more just any like problems I have with this video in particular. It's more just like my own kind of it's all just in my head for the most part, because like objectively the video is still entertaining and it's still fun to watch, but I'm kind of just looking at the video like, oh, why am I not cutting here? Why am I going on this rant? It's like, it is funny, but it's like wasting time a bit, you know? So again, not as good as the Skyward Sword video, but still pretty good.
Located all throughout the divine beast. You have to use your runes to solve a variety of puzzles, while also manipulating the divine beast to gain access to certain areas. After activating all 5
and I know it might be like it might be kind of hard to understand what I'm talking about, maybe if you're, you know, because like, oh yeah, the video is funny, why don't you like the video? Like, I would say like if you compare this video to the Tears of the Kingdom video, like, bro, the pacing and the editing on that video is so much better. Like, there are like some moments where like I explain way too much, but then like, you know what I mean? But like, bro, that video, like the pacing on that video is so much better. Whereas this one, I'm kind of explaining, again, kind of over explaining things a bit too much. And we're stuck in the side rant dimension. We are stuck in the commentary dimension where I keep saying the same fucking thing. I need to stop. Okay. This is a funny bit. And it's broken. Okay, shit. Again, I'm kind of like doing some subtle sneak disses on like the durability system and how kind of dumb it is. I'm not like super complaining like, oh, the durability of the game fucking sucks, because honestly, I don't think it does. I think the durability system is fine. Especially once you kind of know how to play. Once you kind of know how to play and you're kind of like, you figure out like the most optimal way to use your weapons and stuff. Honestly, the biggest problem becomes like, oh, I have too many weapons in my inventory. They won't break fast enough. And that becomes an issue, like, especially in the late game when you get like more powerful stuff. Again, that's a funny bit. That's great editing there. Like, he sounds like the voice actor for this character like sounds like a baby. He's like, ah, what the fuck? It's like, what the fuck? Boom. Next, you know what I mean? Like, that's good editing. That I want the entire video to be like that bit with the fucking Unobo, you know? And I would say the Tears of the Kingdom video, like, it has way more super fast pacing and editing like that one Unobo bit, you know? I do apologize to whoever's voice acting Unobo, okay? I don't you do a good job, okay? I'm just not used to seeing in my mind, Gorons don't sound like that. That's all I'm trying to say, okay? It's perfectly fine. You did a good job. The spirit of Daruk can now help Link in the fight against Calamity Ganon. There's 2 more divine beasts left, but there's also a hidden main quest that revolves around Link getting the Master Sword. You can randomly come across the Master Sword at any point in the game, but there's and again, I think the reason why I'm kind of over explaining this stuff a lot is because I do think like, Yeah, I did talk about Breath of the Wild in my Zelda retrospective, of course, but I do think I want to kind of explain stuff because I do think people like genuinely still want to get like my extended thoughts on this game, you know? And again, it is so fucking cool, like explaining how the Master Sword works in this game. Like discovering the Master Sword for the first time in this game, it was fucking awesome. Like, so again, I'm kind of like, it is a side rant and it is kind of an over explanation, but I do think the fact that it's Zelda, it saves it. And you know, we all love Zelda. Okay, I got to nerd out about how cool this game is, you know? Because again, we do have to remember this is still a relatively new game during the time of this video's release. So I do think I wanted to like, again, kind of explain why I thought things were cool, and I wanted to like defend the game a bit because again, like I do think nowadays, like people look back on Breath of the Wild like, oh yeah, no, this shit was cool. But during the time we were still at this place where like, yeah, people were still kind of just like, I don't know about this new Zelda, you know? Again, we're going on a crazy side rant here about explaining how Gerudo sex works. Again, complete. Why am I talking about this? This is such. I do not have to explain this shit at all. But it's funny. It is funny. It's like, what the fuck? Why am I going on this rant? Super do not need to go on this rant. Super unnecessary, but I guess I'm just doing it. Okay, it's kind of funny. It's a funny bit. The editing's great. That well in the previous games because it ultimately results in talking about sex. And obviously, Nintendo won't talk about the intricacies of the Gerudo women fucking the Hylian men and the It's like, what the fuck am I talking? This is such a long-winded rant. Like this is the perfect example of like, I did not have to talk about this at all, but I'm just going on a rant to just like rant about some dumb Zelda shit. And the fact that it's dumb Zelda shit, you know, it saves it because it really does. It's ridiculous. And are inevitably pressured to leave the village and mate with a Hylian in order to give birth to more Gerudo women. After that happens, the female Gerudo baby is basically brought back to the village, and the process gets repeated over and again. This is probably something I might have talked about in Ocarina of Time back in the day, but I think I wasn't really like, I definitely wasn't like at that point in time like probably like creative enough to like kind of pull this bit off. You know what I mean? Because this is like a hyper analytical critique section on like the way interracial sex works. The way interracial sex works in Breath of the Wild. Like, what the fuck? And here we go. Now we're going fucking off the rails. It's like, this is stupid. Why the fuck am I talking about this? This is so fucking stupid. Does he learn a new Ocarina song? The fucking so stupid. Again, what a fucking waste of time. What a fucking waste of time. Here's a bad section. This is a bad section. I edited it out. All right, Sam. Okay, so here's a bad section of the video where essentially I drop the T slur against, you know, a possible transgender person in Zelda. And, you know, during the time, I don't think I wasn't like being intentionally an asshole here. I legitimately thought like it was just like an old-fashioned-y type of word to say that's kind of like antiquated. Because, you know, like back in the day, they used to say it, like they said it in like the pilot of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, you know, it's just like an old-fashioned weird word to say. So I just said it here, kind of just like, oh, this is a funny way to kind of say this. But yeah, nowadays I kind of realized like, yeah, this is kind of fucked up to say. Like I shouldn't say that word, you know? Because especially nowadays, like, the only people who really say the T slur, you know, are just people who are like really fucking weird and like transphobic. But yeah, man, during the time, I would say during the time I wasn't very knowledgeable on these issues at all, which is why I probably shouldn't have made that joke. But yeah, I'd say during the time I kind of had the same opinion as like the majority of people, where you're kind of just apathetic to the whole situation, where it's like, yeah, whatever, if you're trans or gay or whatever, just do, who fucking gives a shit? Leave everyone alone. Let everyone do their own thing, whatever. I don't care. Fucking you be you. I don't give a shit. And nowadays I'm not like that anymore. Nowadays I'm a lot more informed on these kinds of issues. And, yeah, because the problem, especially nowadays, like you just got like, most of the people don't really give a shit, but like there's like a lot of weird, like psycho motherfuckers who just go fucking crazy over this shit. And it's so fucking annoying, bro. It's so dumb. Because obviously, like, as we all know, gender is a social construct, right? Let's just break this shit down, because I really want to, let's just break this shit down, right? Because gender is a social construct, right? Because whether you're a man or a woman, you know, or whatever you identify as or some shit, you know what I mean? Like, you can be like a big, strong dude with muscles and a beard, and that's fucking manly. But you could also be a man who's like a little twink, you know, who's got like a big dick, but like he shaves and he's clean shaven, but he's got a big dick. You know, but you could be like a little baby ass dude. You could be a big ass dude, you know? Same thing with women. You know, you can be a feminine woman, you know, who has, you know, big titties, huge ass, you know, curvy, you know, curvaceous, you know, slender or whatever, you know? Or you could be a fucking power lifter who's got big muscles and they're fucking burly, big shoulders, but you're still a woman, you know? So what ends up happening is these psychos, like fucking J.K. Rowling, like Dave Chappelle or some shit, they don't understand how this social construct works, right? But they inevitably come to the same conclusion that like, oh, like men identify throughout this giant spectrum, and women also identify in this giant spectrum of different body types and different, you know, beards and heights and muscles and all this shit. Like, there's such a wide spectrum that people identify as a man or a woman or non-binary or whatever, you know what I mean? So then these psychos like J.K. Rowling and Dave Chappelle, they ultimately come to that conclusion too. But then because they're so fucking transphobic and crazy, they're like, ugh, they're fucking everywhere. Oh, the trans people are in the walls. They're controlling the world. And like, because they just like, they fucking freak out and they go fucking crazy. And it's like, bro, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, calm down. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, it's so fucking dumb. And then on top of it, like, because in my perspective, I'm a dumbass dude. I'm still not like super informed on like trans issues overall, but I'm a lot better than where I was at this point in time. But again, like, you know what I mean? Like, especially in like video games, you know what I mean? Like you'd see like Poison from like Final Fight or whatever, and like she's fucking hot. But then like, it's like, oh, in the lore, like she's actually a dude. And it's like, okay, like she's still hot. Like I'd fuck her. You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? It's like she looks like a woman. I'm a straight dude. I want to fuck women. Like, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Like, it's so dumb. It's so stupid. And it's like, oh, you think Poison's hot? Oh, she's actually a man. Oh, that means you're gay. You're fucking gay. And it's like, okay, I guess I'm gay then. I don't know. Who gives a shit? It's so dumb. It's all fucking, it's stupid, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, who gives a fuck? At the end of the day, who gives a fuck? At the end of the day, I'm a straight dude. I love women. You know, I want to fuck women. You know what I mean? And if you whatever you got working down there, we can figure that out later down the road. Who gives a shit? You know, like who honestly gives a fuck? You know what I mean? But yeah, during the time, T slur, don't say the T slur. That's kind of, that's messed up. Don't say that. Moving on.
So we can dress up like a woman and sneak past the guards. Link then talks to the Gerudo leader, Riju, and he tells her that he wants
Anyways,
to divine beast Naboris. But first,
the side rant, the fucking side rant Ultra Dimension is seeping out into the commentary tracks. Even now, I can't. Again, I am still dealing. This is like a constant battle I'm dealing with. Where like, I think as I've gotten better making videos, like I do think like I've gotten better at making things funny or like finding an interesting thing to talk about, and I think that's kind of the problem I've been running into here, which is why I've entered the side rant alternate dimension with the GTA 5 video. And ever since the GTA 5 video, I've been like trying to fight my way out, you know? And it does kind of make me think about, I think in college I took a communications class, and like there's a point in time like early on in the class where like it's like, holy shit, you have to do a speech or whatever. And it was just like, fucking hell, like this is gonna suck, you know? And during the time, like I was struggling to do, like I would have to do like a minute speech or a minute and a half speech or something. And yeah, man, like it would be really hard to do. But then like later in the year, I would have to do, as I got better at like doing the speeches and stuff. Then near the end of the year, it's like, okay, you have to do a 7-minute presentation. And it's like, holy shit, that's fucking hard. Except it isn't. You know what I mean? Because now, instead of just doing like some basic little speech thing where like you're introducing who you are or like what you like, you know, what your favorite food is, etc. Now you're giving like a whole PowerPoint presentation, and you have all these points you got to talk about. So now it was a much longer speech, but it was so much harder to condense it, because at that point in time, it's like, holy shit, there's so much shit you have to cover in 7 minutes. And it was so hard. And again, I feel like I'm kind of in my creative journey. I'm at this point in time, I'm like at that point where like, okay, I'm good at writing stuff. I figured out how to make paint dry entertaining. I can do that if I have to. But now it's like I'm going way too hard. I'm making side rants about everything. I'm seeing the potential jokes in every avenue. And now I need to start like condensing things down, or like picking one joke out that's really funny and just having that joke. And maybe there's some funny stuff back here, but you know what? This video is too long. Let's start ignoring that. Let's just go away from that. Like, and that's the stuff that I'm really struggling with moving forward past that shitty GTA 5 video, you know? And again, here I'm going on side rants about the Zelda storyline stuff. But again, it's like the main story, so I would include this no matter what anyways.
So in a way, recovering Link's memories is a perfect way to learn about the events that led to the destruction of Hyrule.
And again, I do still hold the fact that like this is like the best, like this is the best Zelda we've ever had.
This is probably the only time since Ocarina of Time where I actually cared about Princess Zelda.
Yeah, dude, I love Zelda in this game. Like, she's so great. I do, even despite the fact that she's got a nice ass. Like, let's just ignore that, okay? Because even like I just feel like at this point in time, it's been so long that like, especially since like Ocarina of Time, like I feel like Zelda just hasn't been like as involved in the story in at least up until this game, you know what I mean? Because like, yeah, like Wind Waker, like Tetra becomes Zelda, but I in that game I kind of consider like Tetra to be like a separate character almost, you know what I mean? Like, because like Tetra becomes Zelda, and then she's kind of like, she gets put in the back end, you know. Whereas this game, I feel like Zelda's been like involved the whole time, and like you discover her backstory, and she's like kind of a flawed character. It's just so much more interesting, you know. I fucking love it.
committed to fulfilling his role in the prophecy. He also proved his worth by essentially being chosen by the Master Sword to be Zelda's
And again,
second
like,
knight. This causes Zelda to feel
it's like playing
more
off like the
insecure
dumb
about her
Destiny
own
shit
role
from
in the
Skyward Sword, but
prophecy.
like, it
And
actually is
Zelda
like an
actually
interesting
knows
story.
wrong.
You know what I
She
mean?
starts off kind of acting like a bitch. They eventually start working things out.
God,
and
it's
the
it's
prophecy flips
all this
completely.
stuff is great.
Zelda eventually awakens her sealing power at the last second, but then everyone ends
And
up
Tears of the
dying.
Kingdom is just
It
as
has
good
to be
too.
brought to the
I do
surface.
love Tears of the Kingdom
That's
story
basically
as
what
well.
happens before the start of the game. In just around
Despite the
25
fact that like they do all that
minutes,
dumb shit where
Breath of
like
the Wild
it's like
is
not
the
even a
biggest
sequel because they
rewarding
like
experience as Zelda.
just ignore everything that happens in this game basically. But the overall story of Tears of the Kingdom is good too. I would say, honestly, I'd say the story arc for Zelda in Breath of the Wild is probably better. This story arc is great.
She gets angry, she bursts into tears, she gets excited about her research, and by the time that you recover,
I would say that the Tears of the Kingdom, the way like it's tied into like Zelda becomes a dragon, and then it plays into the main the main story better. Oh, that's true. She's got a nice butt. Let's be real. Okay, that's why I like her. Okay, yeah, never mind. No, she's got a nice butt. Why are you talking?
It's not even over, because for the first time in any Zelda game ever, Nintendo has decided to release some main story DLC. That's right, The Legend of Zelda is no longer a bastion.
And again, I'm kind of critiquing, in a way, I'm kind of like critiquing the Breath of the Wild DLC, because this is one of the bad problems with this game. Like the DLC in this game is so it was so dumb. I didn't like the DLC in this game. Like I enjoyed this part where like you do the Master Sword quest, and I enjoyed the the main quest or whatever, but yeah, some of this shit just sucked.
Nintendo hyped that thing up as some amazing addition, but it's just 3 chests that hold 5 bomb arrows, a ruby, and a Nintendo Switch shirt.
The fucking Nintendo Switch shirt. What the fuck are they doing, bro? Why would they put that in a fucking Zelda game, bro? It's so goofy. Oh my god, I forgot about the worst fucking You put the shitty Xenoblade Chronicles 2 shit in my fucking game. Fuck you, Nintendo. Again, I'm making fun of this. It's just like, it's so goofy, bro. Like, why the fuck would you put a Xenoblade Chronicles 2 crossover DLC shit? It's so stupid. This side rant is totally justified. Okay, I don't care. Bro, this shit sucks. This shit sucks. I forgot about I did forget about how it's so dumb.
Pretty much adds no value and makes the game worse. Anyways, the first main story DLC.
You know what? Yeah. Maybe Tears of the Kingdom is better. Maybe Tears of the Kingdom is just better in every single way. Because Tears of the Kingdom did not include that dumb shit in like the fucking Nintendo Switch shirt. They did just keep the good shit. You know what I mean? Even the fan. Okay, no, but it did include like adding like the Majora's Mask outfit and like the Ganondorf outfit. That shit was kind of dumb. I'm not gonna lie, but at least they didn't include the fucking Xenoblade Chronicles 2 outfit. What the fuck? What the fuck was that shit? Nintendo Switch shirt. What the fuck are you guys doing?
Magic weapon to kill a bunch of monsters. But the catch is that it also sucks all
This is kind of a goofy ass kind of DLC thing.
A bunch of stupid shit, just getting instant game overs all over the fucking place. Like you'll be fighting this monster and it'll just lightly brush Link's leg, and then Link will just flop over like a bag of shit and die. And it's just like, oh, this is fun. After you finally stop.
Yeah, I don't know. All this DLC quest is like, it's kind of whatever the whole time until you get to like the final dungeon or whatever. Quote unquote dungeon. It's not really a dungeon, but this is kind of a funny bit I do here though.
And it's just like, Cass, I'm trying to do a fucking trial over here. What do you want? And Cass is just like, but each verse in the song represents a trial that each champion faced, and you will need to use the verses in the song. Cass, it's fine. I don't need your help. And then Cass is just like, Do you want to hear the song I'm writing? No, I don't. The monument has fucking GPS tracking. I think I got this.
Jeez.
And then Cass is just like,
Yeah,
skyward from waters, woo! And it's like, Cass, I don't fucking care. The monument tells me where to go, okay? So now you just raise
That's kind of funny bit. A bit longer than need to be, but hey, funny bit.
Shit's fucking boring as fuck.
It is okay.
You complete all 3 of the trials, you travel back to the Divine Beast, you do a repeated boss fight with a very specific set of gear, and then Link will recover
some of the
champion associated with the Divine Beast. The memories are nice to see.
this DLC was like whatever overall. It was like
Seems like the only point of these cutscenes is so you can see each champion do something cool, and so you can see them do their fucking amiibo pose. That's right, more fucking amiibo.
Yeah, again, fun callback to the amiibo shit.
$19.99 each, all right? Nintendo needs to fucking cash this shit out. Nintendo needs that fucking money. Listen, when I finally impress that cute half Asian girl with my $700 amiibo.
Listen, I am gonna impress that cute half Asian girl, okay? She's gonna like my Guardian amiibo. Who's got the Guardian amiibo? No one knows. Again, kind of just making fun of like nerd culture shit. Funny, it's a funny bit. I do like this bit.
Oh wait, it's actually all sold out and way more fucking expensive now. So I guess you're fucked.
That's a funny bit. Okay, funny joke. Again, because it's Zelda, because it's a Nintendo, it fucking saves it, dude. Because I will say some of these jokes go on for way too long, but man, the fact that it's Zelda, it's like it saves it, bro. This is a cool ass boss fight.
Just starts beating the shit out of you, fucking going nuts, making clones, and doing all this crazy shit. It's hype as fuck.
That's like probably the only good thing about the DLC.
So now he's finally going to get his Divine Beast.
Cause man, one thing I did like about Tears of the Kingdom is, man, we didn't get any fucking DLC. Like I that game was giant and maybe it should have gotten DLC, but man, it is just nice going like not having DLC in these games, bro. I do like, cause now that I'm thinking about it, right as I'm watching this video, I've kind of just realized like, man, Tears of the Kingdom was super nice just not having any DLC.
The main quest treats this as an important thing to do, but how the fuck is a dumb motorcycle?
And this was the dumbest shit. It's like it's your own Divine Beast. It's like it's a fucking motorcycle, bro. Shut the fuck up. What is this shit?
Like you think Link's little two-wheeler is gonna make a difference? This is fucking ridiculous. Anyways, after Link gets his dumb motorcycle,
and there's a funny, I do this funny motorcycle bit at the end where I just fall over and eat shit immediately. That part's really funny too.
And after the ceremony, the champions decide to take a picture with the Sheikah Slate. Zelda then chimes in and she's just like, Link, you've literally done every single thing possible. Can you just fucking go to Hyrule Castle already?
That's a funny joke.
Well, now that we got this,
just fucking go to the castle already, Link. What the fuck are you doing?
Might as well try it out. So now
That's funny.
Goes to Hyrule Castle and it's filled with all these guardians shooting explosive lasers going fucking nuts. Link eventually gets
the motorbike, it's a fun thing to mess with for sure, but it was like whatever, you know. It's kind of like
Link's just like, yeah, Obama.
This is a funny bit.
The drone strike. Bah! The champion just fucking
Okay, that's a funny bit. I like that bit.
Crazy laser shit. Everything's going fucking nuts. Ganon's fucking dead. It's over. Roll the fucking credits. But it only takes out half of the
This is probably like the worst. Yeah, the ending to this game, it as much as I love this game, bro, the ending does kind of suck. Like it is kind of like anticlimactic for sure. And Tears of the Kingdom, like it totally resolved that issue.
But then Ganon kind of sits there and shoots lasers at nothing, and you just shoot arrows at him.
And again, because people kind of shit on Tears of the Kingdom for being too similar to Breath of the Wild, but man, it does solve like so many issues that this game had. And yeah, man, Tears of the Kingdom is still pretty good too. Like, I do think it doesn't get enough credit. But we'll just wait in the next, 5 years or so. Then people are going to look back like, wow, Tears of the Kingdom was the best game ever, but this new Zelda game sucks. And then we're going to wait another 5 years, and it's like, oh, that new Zelda game was amazing, but this new Zelda game sucks. You know, it's like, it's just how things happen, bro.
Like I said earlier, Breath of the Wild
This is a funny bit where I cropped the credits because I'm avoiding copyright, so that's the only reason why I did this. It's kind of a cool little ending screen. If I'm trying to avoid copyright, I try to do it as aesthetically pleasing as possible. So that's the only reason why it looks like that. Is because Nintendo decided to like randomly copy strike that section of the video for no reason, and it's just like, bro, Nintendo, shut the fuck up. Fuck you. Fuck Nintendo. Ugh. I don't think they're as big of assholes anymore. I think they finally stopped doing it at this point in time, as I'm recording the video, but I think they finally calmed down a bit. But bro, Nintendo, you're so fucking annoying, bro. Like I'm making a video about your goddamn. I'm making videos about all your games. I'm giving you guys all this promotion. Okay, yeah, I am shitting on you, but like, come on, bro. Like, come on, just let me make my fucking YouTube video. Overall, it's a pretty good video. I enjoy it overall. It's only getting better from here. Okay. Overall, it is a banger video. I do enjoy it a lot. A lot of funny bits. The side tangents go a bit too far in a couple places, but it's great. Okay. It's a good video. Moving on.